Hello, dear students. Welcome to NCERT Class 10th classes. So, first chapter which we are taking here is Quadratic Equations. So, in this video, let me just introduce a topic of quadratic equations. Since quadratic equation is quite a big chapter, it is not easy for us to manage with it. So we will be taking quadratic equation as a chapter in bits and pieces. In common words, we will be making the chapter into 3 to 4 different parts and we will be studying the chapter. So in this video, we will be introducing to the first part of the chapter, that is Introduction to Quadratic Equations. So let me get started with introduction to quadratic equations. An equation in the form of, I will write the form, ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, where this a is not equal to 0, where this a is not equal to 0 is known as quadratic equation. Any equation in this form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a, which is known as coefficient of x square, which is not equal to 0. Right. A, B and C are the constant terms. This A, B and C are the constant terms. The name quadratic, the name quadratic comes from quad, which means square, because here the variable, the highest power of the variable is x square, because here the highest power of the variable is x square. X square is the highest power of the variable. So then later, it is also known as equation of degree 2. It is also known as equation of degrees 2. Let me write it again. Equation of degree 2. Okay. Hope my handwriting is legible for all. Equation of degree 2. The numbers a, b and c, which are the coefficient of the equations. The numbers a, b and c, which are the coefficient of the equations, which are the coefficient of the equations, and these can be distinguished by calling them respectively to the quadratic coefficients of the linear coefficients in few constant or from free terms. The standard form of this quadratic equation is, as I have told before also, standard form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. And I suggest any other form to be expressed, to be written in this standard form. To be expressed, to be written in this standard form. Okay. So, where the variable a will not be equal to 0, provided the coefficient of x square is not equal to 0. If x square becomes equal to 0, coefficient of x square becomes 0, then it becomes a linear equation, which is not a quadratic equation. So then later, pure form of quadratic equation is nothing but ax square. Let me just write it as pure form is nothing but ax square plus c equals 0. Ax square plus c equals 0, where where a and c are nothing but real numbers. Real numbers. And a is not equal to 0, as well as c is also not equal to 0. A is not equal to 0, as well as c is also not equal to 0. A quadratic equation can have maximum of two roots. This is one important. Let me just put it under the note point. A quadratic equation can have maximum of two roots. Maximum two roots. Maximum of two roots. Then quadratic formula. We have something known as quadratic formula. So what is that quadratic formula? Let me put it onto the next page. So I will write it here as quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so what are these a, b, c and x? We know the standard form ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. From this standard form, coefficients are taken. Right. So how we got this formula, all these details we will study in few another concepts. This is just an introduction to the chapter, and this is just a overview in the sense what all we will be learning in this chapter, and a bit recap what all we have already learned in the earlier classes. Right. If this is not learnt in the earlier classes, we will take it freshly. If it is learnt in the earlier classes also, not an issue. We will take it from the beginning. We will start as a fresh new concept. No need to worry. So let's get started with one more point which is very important as discriminant. Okay, discriminant. We have something called as discriminant. Let me just tell what is that discriminant. So standard form of equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. I am stressing on the standard form, which in turn tell the standard form is quite a bit important. This is important, quite a bit important. Okay, that is important. So, discriminant. Discriminant is represented by capital letter D. Capital letter D is equal to b square minus 4ac. So we might have come across only this term somewhere. It's nowhere, it's in a quadratic formula. So in our quadratic formula, we have found this formula. So this is nothing but our discriminant. This is nothing but our discriminant. Right? Now, if all these are done, if you have understood these topics, let me just give an overview of how to solve the quadratic equations. I mean, method of solving quadratic equations. First method is nothing but completing the square method. Completing the square. Completing the square method. Second method is nothing but factorizing method. Factorizing method. Factorizing method. Under factorizing method, we have two more different methods. Those two more different methods can be told in a different way, or we can understand those things while we are discussing about factorizing method. Right. Next, quadratic formula. Quadratic quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. So in this quadratic formula, again, whatever formula I discussed, those things can be told. Or else we have nature of the roots, all those stuffs we have left over with. We will learn all those things in the upcoming lecture videos. So my teaching is if my teaching is okay for you, if you are able to understand, please do click on the thumbs up button, do share this video, and do like this video. If any doubts are there, post your comments in the comment window. We will always respond up to your comments. So here we have come to the end of today's video lecture. Thank you. We'll meet with few numericals problems in the next video lecture regarding some basic topics on quadratic equation. Let me just check on to few example numericals given in our NCERT textbook so that it's easier for us to understand the topic and get hold of the concepts. Fine. Thank you.